Alright, y'all, it's your boys back again with another video. Son is asleep right now, so I'm finna try to knock this out before he wakes up. But the topic today is gonna be the Pelicans defense, as you can tell below. Now, look, we know the defense is bad, but a lot of people aren't talking about why the defense is bad. Uh, Here's what I think, okay? Pelicans have two bad defensive guys right now, and between that and the piss poor pick and roll defense at the point of attack, I think that's all compartmentalizing into like this loophole of fuckery. So you got Steven Adams who's slow foot and Zion who's slow foot. Um, Here's the thing: the league is starting to get more athletic and starting to get more young. There's not as many, I guess, older guys in the league who can't move. Even your older guys like LeBron James, who's like 36 going on 37, he's athletic still. He's still got a great deal of athletic ability. Um, so even some of your older guys have some athletic ability. KD still got some athletic ability. Um, and what you're having an issue with now is there's not a whole bunch of Rudy Gobert's in the league. You got a bunch of bigs that move all over the court. They fulfill different levels of responsibilities, and you got a lot of talent coming in those front courts. The problem with the Pelicans is they're too slow in the front court. Between Bi, Zion, and Steven Adams, you got someone who's always slow somewhere in that lineup, and it's going to cause an issue. Their 0 to 100 speed isn't that good. Their acceleration is not that good. You get a situation where Alonzo gets hung up in a pick and roll, and yes, he's part of the problem. He needs to fight better on the pick and rolls. He needs to make better decisions on how to engage and deal with the pick and roll. I'll get into that in a minute. You get him hung up on a pick and roll. Steven Adams likes to backpedal and give space. You got a team like Chicago where they got like an athletic backcourt between Kobe White and Zach LaVine. You're giving them space to come in and do the damage that they need to do to attack the basket. Even last night, there were some shots and some plays where Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, who I'm not gonna say they're super athletic, but Paul George kind of is, got into the pick and roll situation. Steven Adams backpedaled. You're giving them mid range shots. I think by the end of the first half, uh, I think either the first half or no, it was going into the third quarter or somewhere in the third quarter. Kawhi was 9 of 11 shooting. And a lot of his damage was from that elbow, which he likes to take those elbow jump shots. He's like an old school Michael Jordan. He's just not as good. I'm just saying as far as shot selection, not who he is as a player. Even though if you think about it, he comps in that sense of mid-range jump shot, playing both sides of the court, yada yada yada. They're giving up these shots. These guys are coming into the league. You got De'Aaron Foxes. You got, obviously Kobe White, Zach LaVine. You got athleticism from that guard position. It is becoming very hard to be a center who is slow footed, who can't move. That's why guys like Draymond have gotten paid. Bam Adebayo have gotten paid. These guys get out there and they're mobile and they can switch and flip and change directions, and it makes them that much better on defense. But you got guys like Steven Adams who backpedals and is giving athletic guards and other players free range to move and attack him. He can't recover fast enough. His movement speed is starting to get outdated because he's got a lot of mileage. He's older. He's slow footed. Same thing with Zion, but Zion didn't play center as much. He's mainly hung out on power forward. So same situation. Guard gets dribble penetration. Let's just say Steven Adams manages to stay in front of him and corral him. Well, now they like to overhelp. So you probably got Bi or Josh Hart who came in and helped contest, and now somebody's open. 9 times out of 10, for what I've seen, Zion's man, or it could be Bi's man too, depending on which side of the court. Now you're asking two guys who 0 to 100 speed isn't that fast to have to switch out and cover down on the kickout pass. And 9 times out of 10, from what I've seen, Zion does not leave his man. He's going to sit there, ball watch, and then, oh, the ball's going, it's already in the air. I need to be closing out. He's not going to get there. He's way too slow. He's not athletically gifted in the sense of being fast. Um, he's got athletic jumping ability with the ball. He's fast for his position and he's strong, but he can't use that when he's on the defensive end and he's having to use speed. His athletic ability is useless on the defensive end because of how it's used and what he needs it for. So, same situation, one of those guys close out. Zion has to now close out on the guys. He gonna get there in time? Free open shot. All of this stuff is going to constantly stack up on itself, stack up on itself, and stack up on itself. Starts at the point of attack. Lonzo and all the other guards, they have to do a better job of fighting around pick and roll. And even if they're not going to fight around a pick and roll, they need to communicate it to the point that Steven Adams has to come out and cut off any direction to the basket from the ball handler. At least if you do that, you don't have to worry about getting hung up in the screen. Now you can kind of put body on the center, allow Steven Adams to go and stick back with the center while you go and pick up the ball handler, and you've just successfully defended the pick and roll. This doesn't happen a lot. Steven Adams is going to hang back and wait. He's going to hang back and wait. He's always backpedaling, and it is constantly leading to issues. Lonzo is constantly getting beaten by these pick and rolls, and I think it's a part of the scheme that they're supposed to catch up to the man. I don't like that. If that's a stand scheme, which it seems like, because I'm watching it from Bi, Zion, Lonzo, everybody, Kara, no, I don't like this. This team ain't built that way. You could do that with a team if you got an athletic enough big who knows and IQs and positions and he got that kind of experience. This ain't gonna work. This simply ain't gonna work. If this is a stand scheme, this is not going to work. It has not been working. The way you're gonna have to defend a pick and roll is Lonzo is going to have to pick up the big, put body on him, and physically try to muscle him out of position while Steven Adams or whatever big is going to have to come up and contain the ball handler long enough that the ball handler cannot make the play. And then you have to switch it, and you have to switch. You have to be willing to switch. You have to be quick to switch. And you got to have hands up, and you guys have to work together and communicate. The Pelicans do not do any of that. On top of the fact that they're going to lose to all these teams that are athletic because they're not fast enough to keep up with them on the floor. And so now you got over helping Josh Hart, Bi, Zoe. All of these guys are guilty of it, having to put an extra foot in or going leaking out longer than you would like to try to help contest or corral the ball is leading to open shots. And these guys are not able to get back on the defensive end and contest their shot, particularly Bi and Zion are not able to do that. Josh Hart is having to guard taller, bigger, small forwards. His athletic ability is useless against them. He is not going to get there in time. They have a higher release point for their jump shot. All of this stuff is adding and compartmentalizing on top of him to just cause an issue. Even last night, Kawhi Leonard at one point was 9 of 11 shooting from the field. And part of it was he was getting elbow jump shots. He was getting all the shots he wanted because Steven Adams in the pick and roll would back up and he would just sit there, put body on who his man was, and just rise up and take his shot. Because his arms and his wingspan, his hand length is so long that he can just take that shot and make it. And that is a consistent issue. Yeah, Paul George had some issues last night. His shot wasn't falling. He's been in a slump. Got it. But not all teams are going to bail you out like that. This is going to be a consistent issue going forward. Jackson Hayes has helped them in that he's got a higher motor on defense and he's playing the pick and roll and positioning himself better. He's doing a phenomenal job. But there are certain guys that he cannot guard or he cannot put body on. Steven Adams, Rudy Gobert, all these guys who have been in the league, got experience, who are bigger and stronger than him, he cannot deal with them. You need Steven Adams for them. But the other guards, the Bam Adebayos, um, Demontis Sabonis, Julius Randle, all these other guys that have these faster, more mobile forwards, it's going to be an issue, or these centers are going to be an issue for the Pelicans. This is not going to stop anytime soon until they decide they want to play pick and roll better, stop over helping, and commit to stopping the point of the ball. Stan has been right about this, and a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people are upset with Stan in the defense, and I believe some of this is his fault because he's let this is what he wants them to do. He wants them to recover back. This isn't going to work long term. It hasn't been working long term. If the Pelicans want to win, they're going to have to defend a pick and roll at a higher level, and they're going to have to be committed into keeping the ball in front of them. He has said this numerous times, but even still, the guys still getting hung up on pick and roll has to stop. They're not going to win those pick and roll matchups a lot of the times. I'm just going. They're just not. And if they're not going to win it, do like Steph does. Steph will sit there. He'll sag off, or he'll pick up the roll man. Draymond and him will switch when it's necessary after ending or cutting off or choking off the pick and roll, and he'll get back on his man on deep. It's not going to work the way it is right now. But anyway, that's all I got. Hope y'all have a good one. Peace.